Well, it looks like we got some double trouble for the Leafs team as they shut out both teams, one on the road and one at home. Isn't that great? So let's start off with the one game, which was the beast game, as the Leafs shut out the Dallas Stars 4-0 to improve, and they played an absolute great game. They were sick. They're now, as of for that Stars game, 16-5-6 this season. They played their hearts out, and it was a good game from start to finish, and I like it. So let's talk about this game. First period of Mitch Marner gets called within like 30 seconds. I think a penalty, and that wasn't fun considering that. Oh my goodness, you come up short, you lose that. And Mitch Marner, who was your penalty killer, on a penalty that was very stupid. 2 minutes on a tripping. Oh god, that's not fun. So now you go on the penalty kill, but however you killed off that penalty, then of course this is where the magic part begins because Mitch Marner gets the puck, okay, shoots it, nope, he missed it, and then of course we'll do it for Giordano, no, and then John Tavares gets the rebound, puts it in the back of the net. That's it. It's a 4-1. It is right now at 4:51. John Tavares scores his 13th goal of the season, assisted by Mark Giordano and Mitch Marner to put the lead up, to put this team up 1-0. And of course, Mason Marchment gets called on an interference call. Yeah, he pushed Austin Matthews into the crease with Matt Murray. That's not allowed in the hockey. And of course, you couldn't put any pucks in Jake Oettinger's net, so of course you couldn't do the squad. But however, it doesn't really matter because they killed off that power penalty. Of course, it didn't go all so badly. I mean, it was like back and forth, but with like 17:36, with like only 3 minutes to go, or was it 2 minutes? I'm assuming it was 2 minutes to go. Austin Matthews scores his 13th goal of the season, unassisted, to put the Leafs up 2-0, and that's what it stands, 2-0. Shots on goal, 15-10 in favor of Dallas. And in the second period, this is where things get even more hilarious, more fun, because, well, Justin Hall gets called on a penalty, and that wasn't fun. We killed off that penalty. Glenn Ding was called on an interference call. Again, 3:36. There you go. Nothing good happens. You killed off that penalty. Pierre Engvall gets called on a high stick. Wait for it. On a double minor. And I don't like that call, but hey, it's what it is. And now you killed off, and of course you killed off that double minor. That's what I was expecting. If they didn't kill off that double minor, I would have been pissed like at that point. But however, everything's pretty good. Matt Murray's making some good saves there and there. And oh yeah, almost forgot. Ramis Sandin comes into play. Of course, he gets the rebound, puts in the back of the net to get a second goal of the season at 12:19, assisted by Michael Bunting and Austin Matthews, and that's your 3-0 lead. That was within crap. The Leafs get called on too many men on the ice. Yikes. Not good, but just very bad. And then, of course, you killed off that penalty. Okay, everything's going silky well until Mark Giordano gets called on a delay of game, throwing the puck into the crowd. That's not good. So you lost your defender. And then Justin Hall gets called on closing the hand on the puck. What is this thing doing right now? Like, it wasn't intentional, man. Do you hold the puck? No, not really. And now, you have to kill the 5-on-3 penalty, which eventually was spectacular. Matt Murray was like, "Oh god, I gotta make sure I don't get this. Don't let these guys get at the goal. So stop him here. He stops him here. He stops him here. He's like a beast, man. He made some good saves, and you killed off, like I mentioned, the 5-on-3 penalty. And I'm like, look, if that should have happened in Game 6 of last year against Tampa, and it wasn't. And it was, again, like I mentioned, 3-0 Toronto. Shots on goal, 70-12. I mean, hey, you're dominating them, but you're being outplayed. Shots on goal, which is not that bad. But in the third period, okay, let's see if we can make some ground up. Leafs don't do it. I don't know what to say. The Leafs don't do it. Stars tried to put it in the back of the net, but no, they did not. So they just went like, what am I doing here? They're just dazed and confused. Then, of course, everything's going pretty fine. Matt Murray's making some good saves. You had some chances, the opportunities there and there, but you couldn't do it. And, of course, at the end of the game, at 16:07, this should be the game. Alex Kerfoot scores his second goal of the season in the empty netter, assisted by Timothy Liljegren at 16:07. That's the end of the game. And it was pretty good. A must-need win for this team. Shots on goal, 12-7 in favor of Dallas, and they outscored them 44-29. Face-off wise, if I can find the game, yeah. Let me see. 31% face-off percent wins. So you had 31 face-off wins, so by 60%, while the Stars had only 40% of face-off wins. Power plays, Leafs were 0-2, while the Stars were 0-7. So how do you not score, man? You had your chances and you whipped upon. It's so stupid, yet it's so funny. Hits-wise, 22 hits for Toronto, 21 hits for Dallas. And like I mentioned, 24-29 in favor of Dallas. Matt Murray, he had some good saves. He had 44 saves and had 100%, a 1% save percentage. He was a beast. Jake Oettinger, he had 28 saves. He had 25 made saves. Had a save percentage of .893. He was a beast. He was, well, actually not really a beast, but Matt Murray was a beast. Now, that's the end for Dallas. Let's talk about the LA game, where they win 5-0. Well, of course, they have now 17-5-6 of the season right now. And this is where you bring in Ilya Samsonov, a player that was out with a knee injury, but then he came back stronger than ever. You're against Jonathan Quick, whom is not that great anymore, but he's still worth it. So he's still good. So there you go. So let's continue this game. There's no score in the first one. I won't go into that. You had some chances there and there, but you didn't. But you couldn't solve the Rubik's Cube of Jonathan Quick. It is a 0-0 game. Shots on goal, 15-7 in favor of Toronto. And now, this is where things get even funnier get great in the second. Well, of course, you had some chances there, but of course, you had some power play chances, and it didn't work out done yet. Then Giordano's called on a high stick. Well, at least it wasn't 4 minutes. And, of course, this is where things get even more juicier. We kill off that penalty. Ability squat there. In the second period, you go on the power play where, of course, hold on. Blake Zilton gets called on a fighting with Aston Reese 5 minutes. And then he gets a slashing call at 2 minutes. Okay. That didn't came out of the blue. Okay. You go on the power play and boom, it's in. At 5:10, Pure Angle scores his fourth goal on the power play, assisted by Alex Kerfoot and Connor Timmins at 5:10 to put the Leafs up 1-0. Then the second half, not even like 20 seconds after, David Camp scores his fourth goal of the season, assisted by Holmberg and TJ Brody at 5:36. Okay, let's pepper this, man. Hold on a second. Let's put this in the back of the net. One more time. Willie Nylander scores his 15th goal of the season, assisted by Justin Hall and Michael Bunting at 6:16 to put the Leafs up 3-0. This is pretty good, man. This is awesome. This is pretty good. You're playing like a machine. This team is like working. The Kings, like a machine gun. And then Mitch Marner, of course, gets his 11th goal of the season unassisted. Like, the Kings were like, okay, let me just bring the puck. And then, of course, they pass it to Mitch Marner. He gets his 21st point streak, 21-game point streak, unassisted at 13:29 to make it 4-0. And at the end of the second, 4-0 is your answer. Shots on goal, 15-9 at the second. Okay, that's pretty good. And I'm just thinking, this is where things get worse, because the Kings score. I'm like thinking, oh shit, this is where things go bad. before it gets any better. They review it, and it was offside, so they were for no goal. Thank God. I swear if that counted, that's the end of the shutout. And I didn't like that, but it was pretty good. Yo, you managed to do what you're supposed to do. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, that was on the power play, that was. Speaking of which, he gets a match penalty. 5 minutes on a match penalty. Oh, and Engvall gets called on a high stick, and therefore he goes into the box. No, he gets ejected. And like I mentioned, that was not fun. However, you killed off that penalty, thank God. You killed off that 5-minute major, and boom, there you go. But then, Austin Matthews scores, gets the shot to make it 5-0, put in the nail for the LA. This should be it. Austin Matthews scores his 14th goal of the season, assisted by Michael Bunting and William Nylander at 9:37. And that should be it, and that's the end of the game. I mean, Samsonov made some devious saves as well as Jonathan Quick, but in the end, you still won. Shots on goal for LA, 13-11, and you still outscore them 41-29. Pretty good. Ilya Samsonov had made 29 saves. He had a 100% save percentage. That is actually pretty good. A 1.0% on saves. Like, he was the beast of Matt Murray. Like, this is what I'm telling you, folks. They're not bad goaltenders after all. They're actually pretty good. Jonathan Quick had 41 saves against. He made those 41 saves, but he had 36 saves. Had a save percentage of .878. There you go. Shots on goal, like I mentioned. What is it? 41-29 in favor of Toronto. The Leafs were 1 for 3 on the power play, while the Kings were 0 for 2. So, especially with that one major penalty, that match penalty or so, and you couldn't do the squad. It was pretty even. You won the faceoffs by 50%. It's still a close game though, but it wasn't close it was close in the first, but it wasn't close in the second and the third. So it's a pretty good game. That's double shutouts, double trouble for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And tonight they take on the Calgary Flames. Tonight, starting goaltender, it might be Matt Murray. I'm assuming it might be. It's expected. Matt Murray is expected to play, and Darth Vader, Daniel Vladar, whoever his name is going to be the goaltender for the Calgary Flames. Let's see if we can beat Calgary. They've lost to Columbus, so we still have plenty of time. There's still hope. We can still beat this team, don't we? Aren't we? Yes. It should be. It should be a good win for this team, for the Leafs. Hopefully.